Back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for remaining with us. You're watching Smart 24, and this is Financial Markets, where we look into the capital markets, money markets, and everything surrounding banking, the stock market, so that we keep you updated on matters concerning that space here in Uganda, but in East Africa as well, and the global markets as well. Now, looking back at the trading day on Friday, remember the stock markets in Uganda open at exactly 9 a.m. every Monday to Friday, close exactly at 1 p.m. On the weekends, the stock markets are closed in Uganda in particular, and this is of course courtesy information of the Uganda Securities Exchange. Now, looking back at the closing of Friday's market, we had a couple of movements on the market, and a couple of things happened here and there. But standing out of these, of course, was the top gainer, or whom was, of course, we had MTN Uganda coming out at the top at a 0.65% appreciation in price. And by the close of the markets on Friday, it was trading at exactly 180 Ugandan shillings, and that was the opening price today, this very morning, as we opened the stock market at 9 a.m. And MTN Uganda definitely has been one of the companies that has made a lot of news on the stock market, because definitely it's the youngest on the stock market after its initial public offer back then in 2021 on the 6th of December. And following this initial public offer, MTN Uganda has seen growth in terms of its stocks, and also some dips in terms of the stock prices here and there, but it has remained resilient on the market, and it moving forward, we are looking into a very, very attractive stock here on the Ugandan Security Exchange. Now, MTN Uganda trades under the name MTN, ticker name MTNU, which stands for MTN Uganda, of course. And this is the leading operator, emerging operator, connecting subscribers in over 22 countries in Africa and in the Middle East. MTN is listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange as well, and in South Africa. It's also listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, the Ghana Stock Exchange, and here in Uganda, the Uganda Securities Exchange. As of June 30th, 2017, MTN recorded about 232 million subscribers across its operations in Afghanistan, Benin, Botswana, Guinea-Bissau, Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Cyprus, the Guinea Republic, Liberia, Nigeria, the Republic of Congo, that is Congo-Brazzaville, Rwanda, South Africa, Sudan, and South Sudan, as well as Swaziland, Syria, Uganda, Yemen, and Zambia. Now, the MTN listed on the Uganda Security Exchange in a special way is, of course, identified by an international securities identification number, that is UG00001566. MTN Uganda is currently the second most valuable stock on the Uganda Securities Exchange in terms of capitalization, with a total market capitalization of over 4.03 trillion Ugandan shillings on the market, and that is about 18.9% of the entire Uganda Securities Exchange equity market. Now, let's look at the performance here on this graph, looking at probably about a few months back since the listing on 6th December. Now, on 6th December, the price, of course, that MTN came on board with was 200 shillings. As you can see on the graph, this figure here corresponds to a price of about 200 shillings. That's the price with which MTN Uganda came to the stock market. But we are seeing just about a few days, a few weeks after listing, we see that the price went down to as low as between 180 and 200. That's between what figures of 190, we're talking 195, we're talking about 185 here around January, 3rd of January 2022, and it continued to go down past January 2020, that is 3rd January 2022, and went below the 190 shilling mark, downwards to around 180, ending January with an average price of about between 180, 185 to a maximum of about 190. But we are seeing that after January 31st, the stock prices went further downwards. We are seeing that they went actually below the 180 shillings mark between January 31st and February 28th. And we are seeing that it recorded the record lows here in around February, the month of February, around Valentine's Day. It went to very low prices, almost below 160 Ugandan shillings. Now, this is a stock that in December, in its initial public offer, was actually 200 shillings, and in February below 160 Ugandan shillings. But then later on, after February, we are seeing that it started going up, and around the close of February, that is 28th February this year, we're seeing that the stock went even higher, very slightly higher rate of increase in terms of the stock price, and we are seeing that it leveled off around the same period of days at around 80 Ugandan shillings, and that was the case for over the next 1 month. See some peaks that are going above 180 to highs of about 195, 190, and we are seeing about 2 peaks around this period of March. Remember, talk began with a price of 200 Ugandan shillings for every share, and it went to as low as B, and now we saw that around March the stock went up above 180 Ugandan shillings. Now we are seeing still fluctuations here and there between the month of March to April. We are seeing highs and lows, but we're seeing minimums of about, so that was the average pricing there around this period between March and April. That's after the first quarter of the year 2022. Now, looking further a little bit here between at the beginning of May, if we can see on the graph between 1st May, we see that the average went up a little bit above 180 to 187, 185. So we see that the stock prices in May, that is at the beginning of May, kind of went up in terms of average performance, and we're seeing some peaks above 185, but we're seeing averagely the stock market was at a price of 185, and now that at around 9th of May was maintained at a flat line, as you can see here on the graph, and that also witnessed a little bit of peaking just at the end of May, and we are seeing, of course, June beginning quite stronger, going up to over 185, 190 Ugandan shillings in terms of price, and we are seeing some highs and lows as well. Now, starting June, when we look at the month of June, starting around June the 6th, the 6th of June saw another downward spiral of prices from over 190, 187 averages, now averages of actually 180, as you can see on the graph here. This chart here giving us a little bit of a picture how the price movements have been for MTN Uganda. Now, coming down to just a few days ago at the beginning of July, remember today is July 11th. Now we look back around 10 days before. MTN Uganda has witnessed a slight drop again to as low as 175, 176, and we're just seeing it picking up once more today, a gainer by about 1.16 Ugandan shillings, increment in price or in terms of Ugandan shillings that have gone up on the stock of MTN Uganda, and that represents a 0.65% increase in value, and this definitely means a lot for the cow, giving us a little bit of a picture of what the company has actually seen over the last few days. Now, currently, by the close of the market on Friday, we had a price of 108, and this has been the opening price today exactly at 9 a.m. as we opened the markets for trading at 180 Ugandan shillings. One could access the shares of MTN. That is the performance of the network there on the Uganda Securities Exchange over the past couple of months since its listing in, of course, on December 6th, 2021. It is, of course, the latest initial public offer we have seen in Uganda, and we are saying that definitely some of these figures show us what kind of performance we have witnessed. Now let's look back a little bit to the years, of course, the past couple of months, like we have said. Now, from these are the figures, the actual figures that show the performance we've just witnessed on the graph. Now, looking at these figures here, we are seeing that on the 7th of looking at, for example, we are looking at the 8th of July. That is the most recent traded volume. On the 8th of July, 2022, we see a volume of about 119,111 shares that was traded at, of course, 180, closing at 180. And the change was about 1.16, and that was a 0.65%. Now, this was on Friday. That was when the stock markets were closing on Friday. We had a volume of 111 shares that were traded, but each of these at 180, and the market closed at 180, and definitely we are seeing a change of 1.16 from the previous day. That was a Thursday, the 7th. Now, on the 7th of July, we also saw a volume of over 134,200 shares that were traded, and the market closed at 178.84, which indicated a market performance of a bit of going up to about 1.45 Ugandan shillings, which is a 82% increment for MTN Uganda on Thursday. Now, still on Wednesday, we see also another increment in price. So, meaning MTN has been on a 3-day spree of gaining per se. That is during last week trading on the market. And now on Wednesday, rather, we had over 519,193 shares. And the market closed at 177.39 Ugandan shillings. That indicates a performance of 7.39 Ugandan shillings appreciation, which is a 4.3% on that day, which was actually a very good comeback. Because looking at the day before, that is on Tuesday, on the 5th of July, we seeing that there was a volume of 10,550 shares that were traded, each at 170, and that was a loss of about 2.65%, which indicated 4.62 Uganda shillings drop. Then on Monday, we saw also another drop, which was from, of course, now 5,500 shares that were traded, and that was a 0.22% decline in prices there. And this gives you the average performance. Of course, going back, we see that since the 27th of June, when the company was trading at 180, it has been trading in the 170s averagely over the past couple of days beginning July. And we are just seeing it coming back today with the price of 180 Ugandan shillings. That is, of course, information regarding the average performance of this particular stock, that is MTN Uganda. Now, of course, MTN Uganda has also been one of the companies that have influenced a lot of digital transformation, and of course it has been a sponsor of so many digital platforms, and definitely it's a valuable stock. Looking at its competitors on the market, we of course don't have that many, and definitely we are not looking at any telecom company here that of course is on the market apart from MTN. So we maybe look into maybe the financial services, but definitely no direct competitor on the stock market with MTN Uganda. MTN's last day of trading on the Uganda Securities Exchange, according to, of course, the data from USE, it recorded about a 0.6% gain over its previous price of about 178. And MTN Uganda began the year with a share price of 194.99 Ugandan shillings, but has since then lost 7.69% of that price valuation, ranking it the 8th on the Uganda Securities Exchange in terms of its year-to-date performance. Now, the shareholders' worries are compounded by the fact that MTN Uganda has 11% of the stock's value from June 10th to date, and MTN Uganda is now the fourth, most traded stock on the Uganda Securities Exchange over the past 3 months. That is from March the 28th to July the 8th, 2022. MTN has traded a volume of about 10 million shares that are valued average at about 159 at about 1.86 billion Ugandan shillings, and that is over the period, with an average of about 159,433 shares traded per session. A volume high of about 1.69 million shares was achieved in June, on 22nd of June for the same period. And the table, of course, now that we have just seen here just shows us the details of the last 10 trading days, of course, of activity of the MTN Uganda stock on the Uganda Securities Exchange. MTN Uganda Limited is also founded, of course, in October 21st, 1998, and operates in the telecommunications sector, specifically the mobile telecommunications industry. MTN Uganda contracts an estimated total number of over 1,000 employees. That is the MTN stock for you there. And if you want to know more about the performance of this stock, you can visit our website, www.smart24.com. But you can also find information quite important on the Uganda Securities Exchange regarding the performance of this stock. Interestingly, MTN's initial public offer also had an option for using the mobile phone. They are a digital telecommunications company. They came up with solutions to enable people access the stock market via their mobile phones, and with now you can dial *165# using your MTN line, and you can visit financial services, that is option 6. Then you can visit Uganda Securities Exchange, that is option 5, and then the Uganda Securities Exchange will enable you to open a Securities Central Depository account, and that account will act, of course, as your depository account for all your respective shares in terms of the trading on the market. You only need to have your national identification card or your passport, and maybe a small photograph, and they will be able to process your details, and you will open an SCD account. Notably, to open the SCD account is free of charge. You can open your account without any deposits onto the account. You can simply open to have an account and deposit later on when you're able to get the money. And definitely they, as the Uganda Securities Exchange, will be able to assign you a stockbroker, and that particular stockbroker will also help you trade on the same platform with other shareholders from several different destinations and different trading in different stocks on the Uganda Securities Exchange. That is MTN Uganda. He was yesterday's top gainer, as I already mentioned, and he has quite stunning performance on the market since his listing in 2021, and we watch to see how the market plays out today. The market is open already, and if you want to buy stock in MTN, right now you need between about 180 to 185 Ugandan shillings, because definitely they give you a window as a Uganda Security Exchange on which you can trade, and this is up to the stockbroker to just find you someone who needs exactly what you have on the stock market. Now, that was MTN Uganda coming up the top, but on the other side, we had some losers on the market, and we are looking at companies like the Stanbic Bank Uganda, who lost by about 0.33% on the market yesterday to a price of 21.43 Ugandan shillings. Then we had Centum Investment also losing at 0.19% at now pricing of 324.56. KCB Bank was also another loser on the market yesterday. He lost by about 0.19% to a price of about 1,334.85. National Media Group was also another loser, losing by about 0.19% to a price of 561.62 Ugandan shillings, while Kenya Airways at 0.19% lost by that percentage to a price of 121.87%. Equity Bank Limited was also a loser, losing by about 0.19% to a pricing of about 1,404.85. These are some of the losers for yesterday's market, but definitely they create several opportunities for you to invest in. Remember, stocks going down does not necessarily mean the company is going down or something. It just simply requires you to understand the way the market runs and operates. Stocks go down, they create investors or other investors to be able to buy shares at a low price and later able to sell at a higher price when the stock values up. That is exactly how the market works out. But we can see Centum, who was trading at now 324.56 by the close of the market, lost by about 0.19%, as you can see. KCB at 0.19% as well. National Media Group at 0.19%. Definitely Kenya Airways 0.19% as well. And Equity Bank Limited at 0.19%. Most of these stocks listed, cross-listed from the Nairobi Stock Exchange, except Bank, which is of course listed here on the Uganda Securities Exchange locally at the exchange. That is the performance of the top gainers and the losers. We are going into a short break. When we return, look at other counters on the market that performed and the trading day on Friday. The markets are open. You can trade. These are preliminary figures that are coming in from the Uganda Securities Exchange as of the close of the markets on Friday. Right now, the markets are open for trading, and right now you can still go online and definitely using the USE Easy Portal as well, and you can access yourself an SCD account which will help you to start trading on the stock market. My name is Anthony. We'll go into a short break quickly.